it's sort of late spring now, and all of these plants have all gone to seed. So these are Oriental mustards. So they're sort of like a spicy mustardy leaf that we grow over the winter because they're really, really cold tolerant. So they're a really good one to have. But as soon as the temperatures start to pick up a little bit, they just immediately bolt, which is another way of saying they just go to seed. It's time to get these out to make way for the next lot of crops which are gonna go in here. We've left them in for quite a while because we didn't need the space, and these flowers are really good for the bees, so there's loads of bees on them at the moment. And also the restaurants like to use the flowers, so we just like cut the stalks and send them all off, and I guess they decorate the dishes with them. But yeah, so time to clear this one ready for tomatoes, which are going to go in here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 varieties at the minute. So we've got this one is a Mibuna. It's quite mild, that one. This one is Purple Wave. That one's really quite hot. Green and Snow. And then there's a Mizuna further up, I think. And then we've got Giant Red Mustard, which we're still using this one because this one's not gone to seed yet. So the restaurants, we're still harvesting that for the restaurants. So I'll probably leave that in a bit longer. But all these with the flowers can go now. Can you see the flowers are sort of almost over anyway? So, but yeah, they start off about this big when you put them in, and now they're huge. Overwintering is a bit of a funny thing because when you say you're sort of growing overwintering plants, it kind of sounds like they're going to grow through the winter, but what it really means is they just don't die over the winter. So we put them in around about September time, and then they grow a bit, and then they stop for quite a while until about sort of February, when everything sort of kicks off again, and then they grow really, really fast. But we can get like a light harvest off them throughout the winter, as long as we don't take too much off. Yes, I'll probably feed all this to the chickens. The chickens love the green leaves, so even the things that we pull out don't get wasted. We use all parts. At this point in time when they've gone to seed, we just use the flowers because the leaves tend to go a bit bitter and a bit stringy. So like this was a Chinese cabbage, and if it hadn't gone to seed, it would have been a sort of a nice hearted up cabbage, but we had more than we could use, so a lot of them have just gone to seed. So I sowed these in September. And then they get planted out sort of late September, beginning of October is kind of the latest you want to put them in, really. So yeah, they've kind of been in the ground since then. The best time to harvest them is sort of between end of February, March and April. But you can get like a few leaves off them all winter. And then yeah, as soon as, kind of depends what the weather's like. Like if we'd had a much cooler spring, they wouldn't have gone to seed so quickly or so much, but because it was a really hot and dry spring compared to normal, they've just all gone to flower really quickly. But it's time for the next crop anyway, so time to get them out. When I've taken all these out, I will weed it all. There's not many weeds in here at all because they've smothered everything. So I'll weed it, add some compost to it, and then tomatoes will be the next thing going in. So yeah, not too much work to sort of turn the bed around once you've got all the plants out. Because yeah, it'll just be just a thin layer of compost on top, just as sort of a little dressing, just to replenish some of the nutrients that have been taken out. Once the tomatoes go in, they usually stay in until October. We usually take them out. They kind of go for a really long time, the tomatoes. So yeah, it'll be about October we'll take them out, and then probably replace it with either more Orientals, or we grow other salad crops over the winter, so it might be salad going in, or chard, anything that's kind of hardy and can get through the winter. But yeah, after this, tomatoes will be in for the rest of the growing season, really. Over on this side is the chard that we overwintered. So again, I planted that in about September, October time, and I thought it wasn't going to do anything because it stayed so small for so long, and then as soon as the weather got nicer, it's got really big. But I'm expecting that's going to go to seed soon as well. So I've got another lot in the next polytunnel, which was this year's planting. So we'll get a bit more off this and then probably take it out to make way for something else. And then we've got some more to go off in the next polytunnel. So yeah, all happening in here. Yeah, it's great for the bees, so I don't mind leaving all the flowers on for a bit of time. There's always things at different stages of the growing cycle, so it's at one point you'll be just sowing the new lot of crops, but at the same time you'll be taking out the old stuff that's finished, so it's always a continuous cycle of stuff germinating, stuff growing, and then stuff going over and coming to the end of its life. So yeah, it's always something to do at a different stage. Coming to the end of spring and getting towards summer. Hopefully it's going to be a good summer. I think we're owed a good summer after last year's weather. So I'm really looking forward to just being able to be outside, have that nice weather that everyone always goes, oh, it must be lovely that you work outside when it's like this. So more of that, hopefully. But yeah, hopefully lots of nice weather. Also would like some cloudy days for working in the polytunnels because it gets really hot in here. But yeah, just looking forward to all the new things growing, particularly the tomatoes. They're definitely one of my favourites. So, it's summer when the first tomatoes start to ripen. So yeah, looking forward to the next season.